Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy and my man Tony. The Knicks, ladies and gentlemen, will face the Philadelphia 76ers in the first round of the playoffs. As we just seen, the 76ers defeat the Miami Heat. So no storyline there, no Miami Heat storyline. But listen, Philadelphia is going to be it's going to be a tough out anyway. Tony, what do you think, man?
Yeah, it's not a walk in the park. Part of me is nervous because personally, I know Tibbs says respect your opponent. I respect them a little bit less than I do the Miami Heat. You know what I mean? So part of me is nervous in the sense that hopefully I'm not overlooking them too much. You know what I mean? Or overconfident in my Knicks. But I do believe that we can take them out in the first round.
Yeah, I believe we could take him out too. I still feel like Philly is, I feel like they have question marks within themselves still. Obviously they have an MVP type player in Joel Embiid. We'll see how healthy he is coming into the series. He didn't seem 100% tonight, but I think, he's going to have more days, to get healthier. You know what I mean? So, I would expect that we're going to get the best from Joel Embiid, coming into this series. It's going to be a tough one, man. They have veteran players. They got guys like Kyle Lowry who's been there. They got a young guy in Tyrese Maxey who's an upstart all-star type caliber player. You know what I mean? They have two all-star caliber players on their team right now. The Knicks have one. Who's playing.
You spoke of Larry and the guy who's been there. They got a coach who's been there as well.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So, it's not going to be easy. I still think the Knicks have more pieces than Philly, though. You know what I mean? I think they're the more focused team as well. And of course, the Knicks got home court advantage. It's going to be a dogfight. There's no doubt about it. It's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a battle. Let me get to my man Lauren from Cali. We're here for, good time, not a long time.
I got you. I'm not going to keep you long at all. All I want to say is this, right?
Yes, sir.
OG Anunoby, Preston Chachua, Sims, Hartenstein, Mitch Robinson. That's 5 big bodies. I don't care what Tibbs is talking about, and he's already Embiid is a little injured. I hope everybody's healthy. But we have 5 huge bodies to throw at this dude all game long. I know what you're saying about the 2 All-Stars that they have, but we have way more depth than they do.
We do.
I don't know when Nicholas Batum became Clay Curry all of a sudden in this game, but we have no reason to lose a game, in my opinion. We have no reason to lose. I'm calling a sweep.
A sweep?
I'm calling a sweep.
A sweep?
Yes, sir. A sweep.
Okay.
100%. Who do they have?
Ooh.
Kyle Lowry? Who?
A sweep?
Apart from Maxey and Embiid, who else do they have? Nicholas Batum?
I mean, this Batum showed up tonight.
Yeah, and we got OG to lock that down. We have too many. This is where Tibbs has to shine. This is a sweep. I know everybody loves Embiid because he's a big body, he's an MVP, he's an amazing player. But we've seen multiple times in the playoffs, smart coaches know how to eliminate this dude. And these are smart coaches who don't even have the depth that we do. I'm calling a sweep because we have who else do they have outside of Maxey and what's his name, Embiid? That you will actually, if you're thinking about basketball, that you will say, you know what, this team has this player that you have to look out for. Who's it? What's the name of this dude who looks like Future with the fro, with the tattoos?
Kelly Oubre?
Oubre?
Oubre, the last time.
Lowry, Harris?
Oubre's had a good game against us this season. Right, Tobias Harris can if he gets in gear, he can have a game. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a sweep. I can't see it being.
It's a sweep for me.
I can't see it being a sweep. Philly's
I'm
a good
name
basketball
players, right?
team.
I'm gonna name players, and you tell me who you're picking. I'm gonna name players, and you tell me who you're picking. Dante DiVincenzo, or what's his name? What's this dude's name that we just mentioned? Oubre.
I mean, they don't even. I mean, it would be more Dante and Buddy Hield, right? Those would be
No,
the
no,
two
no.
guys.
I'm just mentioning.
Okay,
I'm
you
just
mentioned the
mentioning
guys.
players.
All
Okay,
right.
okay. Dante and Hield. Who you picking?
I'm probably going with Dante, but Buddy Hield can get his too. Let's not front on Buddy Hield.
Okay.
He can get his too.
Okay. Who gonna choose? Is it Brunson or Larry, or who we pairing Brunson, Maxey?
Brunson and
Brunson or
Maxey.
Maxey?
I'm going with Brunson all day.
Okay. We could say, okay, who are we putting on Embiid? We could either say Mitch, Hartenstein, and what's his name, Precious, or OG on Embiid. Let's just say Embiid. Who are we pairing with Embiid so we can eliminate somebody? Hartenstein or Mitch?
Probably Hartenstein. I mean, that's who's going to start the game on him.
Outside of that, we beat them everywhere else. We literally have a way better roster than they do, and all they really can depend on is Nicholas Batum becoming Steph Curry one night, and then Kyle Lowry showing up like he did in Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry. Wait, Kyle Lowry. My bad. Why do I keep saying Kyle Lowry? He's a Miami Heat. Who else they got? I haven't even given them players. Who they got?
They got Kyle Lowry.
Is Kyle Lowry a Sixer or is he a Heat? I can't even remember.
He's a Sixer.
He's a Sixer.
No, he's on the Heat. He's on the Heat.
No, Kyle Lowry's on the Sixers right now. What are you talking?
He's on the Sixers now. He started the year on the Heat.
No. Are you sure?
No,
Kyle Lowry's on the Heat.
You know what?
Now hold on. Kyle Lowry's on the Heat.
What are you trying to say? He played bad or something tonight?
Kyle Lowry is a Heat player, right?
No, he's a Sixer. He plays for Philadelphia.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Hold on.
Did you just watch the game?
I can't remember. I just remember looking at him and saying he got skinny, so I thought he was on that Miami. Whatever.
They signed him.
Who they got? Who they got, bruh? Who? Kyle Lowry's who we're worried about?
Listen, man, I'm telling you, it's not going to be a sweep.
It's a sweep.
Okay.
See,
we'll see.
I was worried. I was worried about my confidence.
Sorry for Bobby, but it's a sweep. It's a sweep.
Okay.
Kyle Lowry or no Kyle Lowry, it is a sweep. Knicks in 3. Forget 4. I'm out.
All right, Lord. He's bugging. I don't know about no sweep.
I am no longer worried about me being overconfident.
I'm not seeing a sweep. I can see the Knicks winning, but I'm not seeing a sweep. Not seeing a sweep. Ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you get your tickets to the Knicks first round matchup versus the Philadelphia 76ers, either game 2 or game 5. All right. And, as soon as we have more information as far as how many people are signed up and all that kind of stuff, we'll make that decision together. So please make sure that you get your tickets. It's $5.25 per ticket. If we end up going game 2, it'll be a little bit cheaper. Game 5 is going to be a little bit more expensive. Not more expensive. It'll be the $5.25. We do game 2, it's going to be a little bit cheaper. So, and you'll get reimbursed the difference. You know what I'm saying? So please make sure that you reserve your tickets now. Reserve your tickets now. All right. We get an in-game lounge. There'll be food in the lounge. Pre-game podcast at Legends. Post-game podcast at Legends. It's going to be dope, ladies and gentlemen. There's a link tagged to your YouTube chat. There's also a link in the description of the video. Let me get to my man, Nick. Nick, what's poppin' with you, brother? How you feeling?
What's going on, guys? How you doing tonight again?
It's a boy.
It's a boy. We got ourselves a boy, I think. And I'm happy about it. I changed my opinion when I saw him coming out of the womb. I said, I went back and forth all game. I said, I don't know what I want here. But, whoever was losing, I was rooting for. And sometime around the fourth quarter, I said, I think the Knicks would be better off against Philly for a couple of reasons. I just think that we'd be able to dictate the pace of the game better. Miami, they're tough, man. They're just tough. They play great defense, and they're a great road team. And I feel like if they came into Madison Square Garden this weekend, they were taking 1 or 2. And I'm more confident that the Knicks have the opportunity to go up 2-0 against Philly right now. Embiid looked gassed. I don't know what they're going to do with Brunson, man. Embiid's going to be in drop coverage. You're going to see Hartenstein setting screens for him. I think Josh Hart's going to have a big series against Philly. That might not have been the case against Miami. I'm feeling confident after watching that game, the way Philadelphia played.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. During the game, even when Philadelphia came back and was winning, I kind of felt like, damn, the Knicks should play Philly than Miami.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie to you. I still kind of wanted that matchups, to complete that story, but in my heart, I was like, yeah, just looking at them play. Now, I'm not sure if the 76ers are, if Joel Embiid is, he's going to have a little bit more time to heal, so I'm expecting him to come in fresh.
Yeah, we can live with Embiid getting his
I think, but I think Philadelphia, as I was looking at the game and watching the game, I'm like, yeah, Philly might be the best matchup for the Knicks.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Bogey's going to have a big series, and I just the way that the way the Knicks win is by controlling the pace of the game, and I feel like it's more likely to do it. You just saw like the way the crowd was getting down on Philly, when they were down by 10, and just the whole like body language of Philadelphia compared to Miami. I feel like I feel like we could jump out on Philly in these first two games, go back to Philly, and Brunson, DiVincenzo, and Hart love playing in that arena. They've won 2 championships playing in that arena. Yeah. And I feel like we're going to get one in Philly, and then we're going to be up 3-1 coming back to Game 5 in Madison Square Garden. I'm not saying that we're going to sweep them like the previous caller just said. I'm not going to say it's going to be a sweep, but I think we're going to get out on a lead in a series here. Whereas with Miami, I think it would have been 1-1. We would have been forced to go, win Game 3 to maintain control of that series in Miami.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got Philly. What do you think this series goes? Is it going 7?
I'll be respectful of Philadelphia, and I'm going to say it's going to be 6 games. I think we get them in 6. But I don't think that. I think there's a chance that it could be even less than that. I think we can get them in 5. If it goes 7, there's no way this team's beating the Knicks 4 out of 7 times. I'll put it like that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the Knicks win this series. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a fight. But I think the Knicks are they have the better chemistry. I think they are the more determined team, the more focused team. I think Philly's been through some battles this season too, but I think the battles that the Knicks have been through this season, have really just brought them together. I think the Knicks are beating Philly in this series. I think they're beating them. It's going to be a battle. People are saying it's not going to be a battle. I think it's going to be a fight, but I think the Knicks just have stronger willpower than Philadelphia. Mentally tougher than Philadelphia.
We don't have to deal with Eric Spoelstra, and his game-to-game, management, which is just, probably the best in the league. And we also don't have to deal with the inevitable injury that one of our main guys would sustain playing Miami. So, knock on wood with injuries, but Miami always has a knack for injuring our guys, and they always have a knack for responding game to game. I feel more confident. So I'm in agreement with you guys. Happy with the way it turned out. I was wrong with my previous opinion before the game.
Yeah. Hey, I'm looking forward to it, man. I can't wait. And you said you're close to Philly, right? So you're going to be able to get to a game or 2 or whatever.
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah. I'm hoping I can. I'm just 2.5 hours from Philly. Hoping I can get to a game 2 in Philly. I'm still trying to get.
I'm a North Jersey guy, for the record. I'm not one of these people down in the boondocks over here by Philly. I just happen to be here for now.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a New York, New Jersey person, not a Philly, New Jersey person.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm hoping to get to one too. Maybe we can link up at a game. That'd be dope.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Take care, guys.
All right, appreciate it. The Knicks beat Philly this year 3-1. during the regular season, ladies and gentlemen. 3-1. The Knicks beat Philly. They average 104.3 points per game versus Philly. Philly averaged 86.5 versus the Knicks. The Knicks shot 45% from the field. Philly shot 40.3% from the field versus the Knicks this season. The Knicks 38.8% from the three-point line. Philly 28.7%. The Knicks averaged just about 49 rebounds a game. Philadelphia 38.5 rebounds per game. 25.5 assists for the Knicks versus Philly. Philly 20.5. The Knicks 16 turnovers versus Philly. Philly 13.8 turnovers a game versus the Knicks. Now here's the thing: the Knicks defensive rating versus Philly was 92.8. Philly's defensive rating versus the Knicks was 112.4. Then of course that's opposite, right? The Knicks offensive rating versus Philly is 112.4, and Philly's offensive rating was 92.8 versus the Knicks. You know, for the most part, the Knicks blew Philly out for all but one game. And they blew them out when they had Joel Embiid on the floor. You know, and I think this is what's fueling so much confidence, right? With fans saying we're going to sweep them, blase, bloom, and all of that. It's playoffs. I don't see it being a sweep, but, you know, the Knicks should feel good about going into this series. You know what I mean? Is there anything, you know, what scares you, Tony, about Philly in this series?
It's really not much, to be honest with you. Buddy Hield and his capabilities in as far as 3-point shooting. But even that, I feel like he's like Grimes in the sense that we know that's what he's gonna do. You know, he's not really putting it on the floor. You know what I mean? So that's like really one aspect of his game that you got to key in on. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm not saying sweep, but I'm really confident about this matchup.
Yeah.
I picked Miami, and like we both said, it wasn't because we thought Miami was the easier of the two.
Right.
You know what I mean? I felt Philly was the easier. Even watching this game, I mean, they started out slow. They didn't look like they wanted to win.
Mm-hmm.
They can't start the game off against us like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's my key to the series, to be honest. Strike first, strike fast, and never take your foot off the gas. Because I feel like if we get off to that same type of lead that Miami had, you know, I might change my opinion about how many games it takes to get them out of here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the first two games are going to tell you a lot, I think, right? If the Knicks come out and you know, just start destroying Philly right off the top, you know, they're going to have that confidence that they can, you know, that they can run through them, I think. You know what I mean? You know, so it's going to be important for Philly to come out and you know, come out right off the top and battle the Knicks and try to prove to the Knicks, because the Knicks are already going to be confident coming in. The good thing about the Knicks, though, they'll be confident, but they're not going to be overconfident, right? They're not going to. Tom Thibodeau and Jalen Brunson has this team always focused, like never looking forward, always looking at what is here, what is now, and this is what we, you know, this is what's at hand. This is what we got to do. You know what I mean?
They're always gonna respect their opponent.
Always gonna respect their opponent.
Don't matter the seeding, the record. You know what I mean? The losing streak, the winning streak. They're gonna respect the team that's in front of them.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And they just understand, you know, because of Tom Thibodeau, like it or not, Greg, right? They just understand how to take it one step at a time. You know what I'm saying? That's who this team is. They just know, you know, we're going to take this one step at a time. We're not rushing anything. We're not, we're definitely not going to overlook them. They just get it in that regard, and which, you know, just gives me so much confidence coming into the game. I mean, you know, they're going to be prepared. You know, I wouldn't expect that they're going to, you know, pull out all the stops in game one. You know what I mean? But the Knicks are definitely going to be prepared for anything that Philly can throw at them. Anything.
Monarch TV is with Lauren. I'm seeing brooms in the chat.
Yeah, I'm saying, when is the last time the Knicks and Philly played in the playoffs?
I can't even recall, to be honest. Like, I don't remember us matching up against Iverson.
No.
So,
What was the
I
last?
mean,
the last time we played them, did we sweep them? Back
We
when
might have.
Patrick Ewing was playing, was that the last time we played them? And we swept
We
them,
might have. We might
the Knicks
have.
ran out of the Garden with the brooms in the air?
We might have.
Brooklyn Cardio is saying 1989. That would be it. That would be the last time we played Philly in the playoffs. The last time we played them in the playoffs was a sweep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, we don't need to give them no bulletin board material. I know
That's
the
what I'm saying.
mainstream media is going to
That was
bring
a
that up.
long time
You know
ago.
they're going to bring it up. You know what I mean? Just off of a natural research. Oh, when's the last time they played?
Right.
Oh, the next one. They swept them. Right?
Yeah.
And then
that was a long time. 1989. I was 13.
I was 11.
It's a long time ago. Long time ago. You know, I'm not seeing a sweep
Probably
like
10,
that.
actually.
Yeah, I'm not.
My bad.
And if the Knicks did sweep them, you're not going to see that. They're not going to run through the Garden with brooms and stuff like that. This team is too focused. You know what I'm saying?
Josh Hart might.
Maybe he would. Maybe. But I think if it got down, the Knicks were up 3-0. Well, first of all, they wouldn't do it in the Garden anyway, right? It'd be in Philly. They'd have to sweep them in Philly.
Which means you gotta go buy the broom and bring it in the locker room. That's dangerous.
Right,
Like,
you gotta
like-
get it in there, right? You know what I mean? Speaking of the games, ladies and gentlemen, game 1 is this Saturday at 6 p.m. at Madison Square Garden. At Madison Square Garden. Game 2, 7:30, Monday, April 22nd at Madison Square Garden. Game 3 in Philadelphia. That's April the 25th. Then game 4 is on Sunday in Philadelphia, April the 28th. That's at 1 o'clock. And then game 5, if necessary, would be back at the Garden on Tuesday, April 30th. Game 6, if necessary, would be in Philadelphia, May 2nd. And then game 7, if necessary, would be Saturday, May 4th at Madison Square Garden. So, there it is, man. There it is. I mean, that's the schedule. I'm excited for it, man. I think the Knicks can take Philly out and then start looking towards that. You know, I'm just gonna stay focused on Philly right now. I ain't even gonna look at the second round. Just stay focused on Philly.
That's right. Handle our business.
You know, stay focused on Philly. You know what I mean? You know, obviously, I feel like if the Knicks can limit Tyrese Maxey, and the good thing about the Knicks have Deuce, DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, guys that can defend Tyrese Maxey. I'm not saying you're going to shut him down and stop him, but they have guys that can defend Tyrese Maxey. Right? You got big guys that can deal with Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is still going to get his. The key is going to be, you know, how can we take away those other guys? I think Lauren was talking about it, right? You know, that he doesn't feel like they have anyone that can really match up with our guys. But can we take away those other guys?
Oh, speaking of which, and you just reminded me because of what Lauren said. I am worried about Kyle Lowry as well. Guy who's been there before, can have a bad game and then have big shots, clutch shots. You know what I mean? That's why to me it's pivotal. Not at any point letting our foot off the gas. If we can blow him out, because that's where Lowry gets dangerous in a close game. You know what I mean? A big shot. You know what I mean? He's not going to hesitate to pull that trigger. And I think they do have multiple guys capable of making big shots, even if they're not having a great game. Oubre is a guy who's not afraid of the moment. He could be, 2 for 10 and hit a big shot. I spoke about Buddy Hield. I mean, throughout his time in the league, consistently one of the top 5 3-point shooters in the league.
Yeah.
That's not going nowhere. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
and he makes the open ones more than anything else.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're not sweet.
Nah, definitely not. Definitely not. Let's just talk about Miami a little bit. Great Britain. Great Britain. Thank you for the super chat. Definitely appreciate it. He said, Where did playoff Jimmy go? Playing Jimmy was washed. What do you think? Miami, are they done?
For the year, probably. I don't see them making that historic run like last year. Especially, potentially facing Boston in the first round if they could get in.
Right.
But I will say, I mean, and maybe, this is just off topic a little bit. I do think they will be in the running for Dame Lillard come this summer. And regardless of how poor or the fit in Milwaukee, I do think, number one, he fits better in Miami. Number two, when you're happy, which I do believe he will be happier in Miami, I think he will play better based off of that as well.
Yeah.
So done for this year is very, very possible. But I won't count Rowley out, in the long term.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, looking through the eyes of Miami and Philadelphia, it had to be important. How important was it for them, for either one of those teams
to win tonight, right?
To win tonight and get the 7th seed. You know what I mean? Even though, you still got to play the Knicks, and they know the Knicks are going to be tough, but, they avoid Boston in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it was a lose-lose. I don't think they want to play either one of us. I think it was a lose-lose. Obviously, we might be the lesser of two evils or whatever the case theoretically. But I think they know either. Honestly, I think there's an argument that can be made that we might be the tougher team. You know
definitely
what I mean?
the more aggressive team. You see, this is the reason why, like, for me, playing Boston in that Eastern Conference Finals and not earlier was important because the Knicks are so grit and grind that, there's worry that they would, phase out or be tired come Eastern Conference Finals, but they're the antithesis of Boston. You know what I'm saying? I want that antithesis to be in the Eastern Conference Finals because that's when they're going to be a little bit more tired. They would, hopefully they get beat up. I would love for Miami to play Boston in the first round so they can beat them up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Beat them up, scratch them up, make them hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when we get to that Eastern Conference Finals, now we put the Knicks pressure on them and beat them up a little bit. You know what I mean? And see if we can wear them down. You know what I mean? Because all it takes, one of those guys, KP, gets hurt and he's out.
Yeah. Changes everything.
You know what I mean? Changes everything.
Even though I'll be honest, part of me, I kind of want them full strength too. You know what I mean? Because I ain't trying to get no asterisks. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to get no excuses. Like, you know what I mean? So if we could beat them full strength, you know what I mean? If we could play them full strength, I ain't mad at that. You know what I mean? And but you're right. Injuries are part of the game. It happen any time to anybody.
And you know what I love about right now? The whole playing thing really kind of took away. It used to be like, oh, this team, they've been resting for a whole week. You know what I'm saying? They're going to come in rusty. The play-in has kind of taken that away.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because not only the playing teams are playing, and then now the playing teams still get a few days off before it's time to play. It used to be if you play it all the way down to the last game of the season and you made the playoffs, you might be playing 2 days later while another team was resting.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? So
what do you think about the dynamic of the number one seed being at the biggest disadvantage because they're the last person to know who they're facing and how to prepare for a specific team?
Hmm.
So I had read somewhere today. I don't remember where, so I can't give the credit or whatever. But it was a mainstream outlet, and they was talking about having the 1 and 2 seed able to decide their opponent.
Having a 1 and 2 be able to decide their opponent.
Yeah,
I
I'm
heard some. I
assuming
heard somebody.
out of or at least the 1 seed having to decide. But
So, but you would still have the play-in to see who makes the playoffs,
yes,
and then the 1 seed can decide who they want to play.
yeah.
Huh.
Because I mean, I thought about that early in the year too, as well as far as that disadvantage. Now granted, you're the number 1 seed, you should be good enough to number 1 prepare for both,
Right.
and scrap the one you don't got to scrap,
Right.
or scrap the one you got to scrap. But it is a disadvantage compared to the 4-5, the 3-6. Having that full week of knowing exactly who I'm facing, exactly what I got to prepare for,
It does.
exactly what I got to work
Right.
on, as opposed to the 1 and 2 seed.
Right. But even still, if you get to choose, I mean, you still only have a certain amount of time to prepare for them because you got to wait for them to get into the play-in.
That's
right?
true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got to wait for them to get in. I mean, I think the advantage of being that number 1 seed is you got home court advantage. You know what I'm saying?
Throughout.
Yeah. The way I see it, these teams have seen each other all season long. They know exactly what everybody's doing, and they have enough. They know who's playing, right? They have enough videographers and people breaking down film where they can do both teams at one time.
It's true.
The only thing you don't get is the players aren't able to.
And
this is what, but they've been doing it all season long. Like
that's true.
How many times did Boston play Miami throughout the season? 4 times throughout the season,
at least,
right? Or at least 3 times throughout the season they played Miami.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what they're gonna do is not going to be so much different in game 1 and game 2. Really, it's those after game 1, that's when the adjustments start. Right, you start making adjustments after game 1.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? So game 1 is going to be like, okay, we're kind of doing the same things that we were doing before. You know what I mean? See what happens. See if they do anything different. Then we'll make some adjustments. So I don't know if it's really a disadvantage for them.
I mean, I'm just, I do. I'm not gonna say how it's a huge disadvantage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's almost a reward in the sense of these middle teams, knowing who they're facing,
right,
as opposed to, all right, I got the number 1 seed. Like, what's my reward? Yeah,
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I get it.
Yeah. Caller, you're live. Name me where you're from, please.
Hey, it's Moses from Queens. What's going on?
What's
poppin'? The guy look good.
What's popping with you, brother? I'm feeling good.
Yeah, I saw the game the night where I was like, I mean, I feel like we have an easier chance to go at Philly than Miami. For me, I feel like once the playoff time comes, because I remember Sammy said that Tibbs was looking at the video, looking at the review of last year, against how he played against the Heat or how he played and things like that. Correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got to see them. They should show the video of Tibbs watching the video, going over plays of what to prepare for against Philly. But however, I don't think Embiid is 100%. But Saturday coming game 1, I think he might be fresh. Who's to know? But I think we got, if this team really stay focused, if New York really stay focused, I think we could take out Philly, because I think we got enough weapons potentially to beat Philly. So what's your thoughts on that?
Oh, well, I mean, we definitely got enough weapons to beat Philly. You know what I mean? And we got a coach that's going to be prepared. We have a coaching staff that's going to be prepared. We have a star player who's super focused. Yeah. You know what I mean? We definitely got enough to win.
You said you wanted Miami, but what's the reason why you wanted Miami?
the storyline. That's why I wanted Miami. The storyline.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, I feel like that's a good thing we don't have to face him in the first round. The reason why I say that is because with Randall being out, Miami for some reason come postseason they find ways to know how to turn up the heat. So not having Randall there, I feel like it would be a little bit tougher to beat Miami than Philly. So
it would. I mean, listen, it was going to be tough to beat either one of these teams, and then Miami has the big brother complex against the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? So it was going to be tough to beat them, but really, I wanted Miami just for the story of it. I felt like, Miami, like, again, I say the Bulls had to beat the Pistons back in the day. The Knicks had to beat the Bulls before they made it to the finals. And I felt like for this team, Miami was that, They needed to beat Miami, and I wanted the Knicks to beat Miami in the playoffs. But, hey, I'll take it any way it comes.
Well, our goal is to get to the Eastern Conference. That's the goal there.
Yeah, my goal is to get to the NBA Finals.
Uh-huh.
My goal is to get to the finals if we can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to get to the finals. But people, whoever said we could get to the finals without Randall, I mean, they don't know what they're talking about. I don't think we could do it without Randall. But you never know. But
you never know. If the chips fall right, it could happen.
Yeah, it's possible, but so that's mean Miami's gonna play Boston in the first round, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, Miami's gonna play Boston. We need Bam Adebayo to do his job the same way he did it against Randall. No, let me stop. I ain't wishing for nobody to get injured. I'm joking.
People forget last year when we versed Miami, Randall wasn't 100%. People forgot about that. So I feel like, even though this year we're not going to have Randall, but I mean, it's Miami versus Boston. I think Miami has a better chance of eliminating Boston. I'm not saying 100% than we do. If Miami eliminates Boston in the first round, because remember, anything can happen, right? So if Miami was to eliminate Boston in the first round, I mean, 99.9, I'm guessing 98%. The finals is ours. You agree?
Oh, say that again?
If Miami eliminates Boston in the first round, then 98% we are going to the finals.
I mean,
if we focus.
If we're focused, but if Miami beats Boston in the first round, that means, you got to tussle with Miami too. But yeah. We might be the favorites.
I'm not worried because that'll give us time. If we stay focused, that'll give us time to play them anyway, if that happens,
Right.
So, and then after that, we're going to play maybe Indiana or Milwaukee in the second round. But, I'm focused on this first round. I think we could beat Philly, but we got an easy road going towards, even though Philly's not going to be easy. But, hey, looking forward to game one. Game one is going to set
no doubt about it.
For how the series is going to be. We got to come out and lock and load and ready. And I'm hoping Tibbs is focus heavy, So Thanks for taking my call, man.
All right, Moses. Appreciate you, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you get those tickets. We got playoff lounge tickets. It's going to be either game 2 or game 5. This is going to be a game 5, folks. Game 2 or game 5. Obviously, they're both at MSG. All right, $525 per ticket. If we end up going to game 2, you'll get some money refunded to you. If we're not able to get a lounge, your money will be refunded to you. We need 40 people to get a lounge. All right. We get the lounge. There's food in the lounge. We can have a great time in the lounge. We'll do a pregame podcast, postgame podcast. Might even have a Knick legend come through the lounge. We did last year. Spree came through last year. So, ladies and gentlemen, please reserve your tickets now so that we can get this thing on and popping. All right. They're definitely available. We have a link in the description of the video. We have a link tagged to the top of your YouTube chat. I just put a link in the chat right now. Got 290 people in there. we should be able to sell the rest of them out right now because I know you guys want to go. And if you're planning on, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're planning on going to just the regular game, right? With just a regular game, it's gonna cost you almost $500 just to get a 200 level seat, guaranteed. Go check it out if you want to. $500 just for a regular seat. With this, you get lounge and you get the food. It's well worth it, and you get to hang out with Knicks fans, like cool Knicks fans, podcasters, me, Tony, Steph, all of that. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you get your tickets. All right, let me get to the caller who's on the line. Caller, name and where you're from, please. My man, you there? Looks like we missed him. Tony, I don't know, man.
I'm glad things are settled in. You know what I mean? We know what's going on. We know who we facing. We know when. You know what I mean? Feeling good, man. Get to go. I'm going to work nicked out tomorrow. You know what I mean?
I feel you. I'm gonna be nicked out all day tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Any place that I go, I'm just, I'm gonna rock my Captain Clutch shirt. I got a Captain Clutch hoodie if it's a little bit cool out. It's Knicks all day. Let me see. Caller, you're live. Name me where you're from. My brother, are you there?
Hello.
Hello? What's poppin' with you, bro? How you feeling?
Oh, I'm live right now?
Yeah, you live, man. You must be a Philadelphia fan or something like that. What's going on?
No. I'm just actually watching y'all right now.
I bet. What's happening with you, bro? How you feeling?
I'm doing good, man. I'm just kind of ecstatic because, honestly, I'd rather play Philly in the first round. We know the history between Miami and the Knicks. Eric Spoels's a wonderful coach. But I'll take 65, 70% in B because tonight he didn't look all the way healthy to me. The Heat trapped him a lot. And if it wasn't for Butler getting hurt, they probably would have won the game. Also, I'm not believing in Batum giving us 20 points, no game in this whole series, not one. and seeing that happen, it was like, yeah, I feel like we got this, man. I feel like we could beat these guys in 5, man. I don't believe they could get no game in the Garden. I believe we could possibly get both games in Philly, but I believe they could get one game for sure. And, yeah, I believe if we get past Philly, this is like a clear cut to Boston because Indiana doesn't seem intimidating, neither does the Bucks. And everybody else is very, shaky in the East other than Boston. But I feel like Boston play Miami in the first round. That might be very intense for Boston. They might be wear and tear going into the second round, even though they might play the Cavs or Orlando. But I wanted the Sixers. This is a great matchup for us. Knicks in 5.
Okay. All right. Knicks in 5, baby. A lot of people calling it. I know. We got to get some Philadelphia podcasters on, Tony, and see what they're talking about because they got a lot to say.
Yeah, man. We need a social media guy, somebody to just harass some of these podcasters to do something with us. Because I ain't gonna front. I've been reaching out.
We be doing that. We be flooding all the Philadelphia, the opposing teams podcast ways because us Knicks fans, we travel across the world. We got our fan base is very big, and also Jalen Brunson and the Nova boys, Josh Hart and DiVincenzo, they already got a history playing in Philly when he's going back in college.
Right.
So even back in college, they've been going into Philly and getting W's. So this ain't nothing new to them.
So I can't wait to hear them. Let's go Knicks chance in Philly again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for it too. And my thing is, if Embiid goes off, man, Maxey has stepped up, and Maxey, this last year was like a little taste for him, but he was only the third option. Now he's the second option, so he's way more dependent now. Let's see if those lights are too bright, because you remember what Donovan and them guys said last year.
Lights was bright. Right.
Lights are bright.
Lights
But, you know,
bright.
I support y'all, man. Keep doing what y'all do. Let's go.
Appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Appreciate you. Have a
All
good
right, no
one.
problem.
Peace. Yeah, the lights are bright. You think the lights are going to be too bright for Philly, Tony?
I mean, I could see Maxey having a subpar game one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could see him having a subpar game one. I don't know how long. You know what I mean? I don't think that's something that happens and it's like throughout the series. But that initial energy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I mean, the
see
thing is, if you get shook once, you know what I mean, and you lose the game, I mean, the crowd is going to come back stronger the next game. It can be easy to get shook again.
That's true.
You know, the
That's
benefit of playing at a place like Kentucky, though, you know, is you kind of get used to big crowds and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Caller, give me a second, bro. I got you. You know what I'm saying? You kind of get used to it. But, you know, some of those guys, you can see it happen. I think, you know, some of the, you know, veteran Kyle Lowry's not going to get shook. Joel Embiid shouldn't really get shook. Shouldn't be too bright for him. Tobias Harris should be good if he's going to show up. Nicholas Batum should be good. So, you know, it's gonna be a battle, but you never know. You never know. I don't think this team is as mentally tough though as the Knicks. Jason Benjamin said MVP is not the best player. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. He said MVP is not the best player award or most talented player award. Brunson is the MVP. It should be top of the list. Where are we without him? You know, in the play-in, possibly. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks, you know, Knicks might not even be in the playoffs without him, to be honest with you, much less the second seed. You know, so, you know, big shout out to Brunson. He's getting some rest, which is a great thing. And hopefully he's able to do what he's been doing in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Caller, coming to you right now.
We might be playing the Hawks right now without Brunson.
Word. Caller, you're live. Name me where you're from, please.
Yeah, it's Jay from Brooklyn.
What's popping with you, Jay? How you feeling?
Yeah, what's good? This is the dude who said with the 2K. The 2K team.
Yeah, okay. It was good. I remember that.
I'm excited.
2KJ. We're gonna call you 2KJ.
Okay, 2K. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think the Knicks could beat the Philadelphia, but I got one I'm worried a little bit because they got Joel Embiid back, and I wanted Julius Randle to come back and make that matchup.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'm worried about because I'm biased. All right, Julius Randle is my favorite player. That's why I'm saying that. But still, I think maybe we still need him. That's the only worry.
Now, I feel you. I mean, you know, let's put it like this. I think everybody else that's in the East, the Knicks can get past without Julius Randle. Against Boston, you know, things got really go right, you know, against Boston for the Knicks to win. And I'm not saying it can't. I'm just saying they really got to go right. You know, with Randle,
I believe it.
You know,
I believe it. I believe they can beat Boston though.
You know, I mean, you know, with Randle, the Knicks have more room for error. You know, the way it is now, you know what I mean? You know, things really got to go right. But it's not like it's not doable. It's doable.
Yeah.
It's doable.
We got the Villanova boys. They're good.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
I'm just proud of this team, man. I'm proud of this team.
Me too.
Really proud of this team. And, you know, I like that, you know, they had to grind so hard to get to where to finish second. And to
that's wonderful.
You know, get 50 wins. They really did grind it out. They did everything right. They could have, you know, in the fourth quarter of that game, they could have said, you know what, we got the third seed locked down. It doesn't really matter. You know, but nah, they played through the finish line, like Tip said. And, you know, that counts for a lot.
You know why? You know why, though? It's Tibbs and Jalen Brunson.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. They battled through the finish line. You know what I'm saying? And that just sets you up, like, mentally. It sets you up the right way. You know what I'm saying? You know what? We
Right.
battled through the finish line. We accomplished some things that we needed. You know, we fought through trials and tribulations. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And we still finished second in the Eastern Conference. We battled through the finish line. Now we got more business to take care of.
But think like ESPN, I think all them analysts, they still not respecting the Knicks rate. They still not giving that respect.
You know,
So it's like we got a lot of proof to get. It's like we have to get a championship to prove them
yeah,
wrong.
you know, that's gonna happen with the Knicks, man. You already know that. That's always gonna happen with the Knicks. They're not gonna get that kind of respect.
Yeah.
But this team thrives off of that.
Yeah, they thrive
thrive
off
off
that,
of
and I
that.
like that. I like that.
They thrive off of
Yeah.
that.
Make
But hey,
them more
my man,
confident.
I appreciate your time, 2KJ.
Alrighty.
2KJ.
Have a good night,
I'm
man.
saving that in here. I'm saving it in here. 2KJ, my man.
2KJ. All right.
All right.
I'll keep that.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right.
All right, peace. Yeah, my man 2KJ in the building. You know, ladies and gentlemen, this was going to be a short show, but it ended up being a 50-minute show. You know, but, you know, what can we do? The Knicks. You know what I mean? Caller, you're live. Name me where you're from, please.
Greg
Greg, what's up,
from
Greg?
Brooklyn.
Is this Greg from the chat?
No, I'm a new caller. What's up, buddy?
Oh, what's going on with you, Greg? What's going on with you,
Brooklyn
man?
in the building today.
How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man. The Knicks are ready to play soon.
Yeah. What do you feel about the series?
Hey, man, I'm Knicks all the way, man. I think the Sixers would be an easier matchup for the Knicks than the Heat. You know, the Heat bring it. Even though we got history, I wanted to get a win over the Heat, but I think we could take the Sixers because I don't think Embiid is ready for the Knicks.
Yeah.
How about you guys? What do you feel?
Do I think Embiid is ready for the Knicks? I think the Knicks. I think that the Knicks have guys that they can throw at Joel Embiid, right? With Hartenstein, Mitch being back, you know, you see Mitch's size right now, right? I think they got guys that they can throw at Joel Embiid, which makes all the difference in the world. You look at Miami, and although, you know, it was a close game, Miami only lost by 1. You know, if that was a 7-game series, they might not have had anyone. As Embiid gets healthier, they might have. I mean, you know, look at the size difference between Embiid and Bam. You know what I'm saying? And as Embiid gets healthier, you know, he probably would have started to, you know, dominate. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I mean that what's his name? Batum today.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a big game today. You know, I don't think he could do that against the Knicks, but you know, anything's possible. But I think the Knicks are on a high road. I think they're gonna do well. So I'm looking forward to the second round already. We got home court advantage. I think the Knicks are gonna do well, and you know, I'm looking at the finals too, man. You know, because I don't think anyone plays defense like us, and Brunson is rocking and rolling. Plus, if you look at the points, the average, we've been holding the Sixers to like 86 points a game. So I think that's going to work in our favor.
Yeah, man.
Well, listen, thanks for taking my call.
Appreciate you, Greg.
I like what you guys are doing. Keep it up.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and look forward to hearing more calls from you, Greg.
All right, thank you.
All right, peace. Yeah, Knicks versus Philadelphia. Saturday, April 20th at Madison Square Garden, game 1. You know, it's going to be crazy out there. You know, last year people was climbing on top of light poles and doing all kinds of wild stuff. You know what I mean? We had legends packed out. You know what I mean? You know, it's still up in the air whether or not we're doing something at Legends this Saturday or not. I don't know how that's all going to go down. We're going to talk with the team and see what we're trying to do. But you better believe it's going to be crazy outside the Garden. You know what I'm saying? They had the street cut off. 7th Ave was cut off outside the Garden. You know what I mean? Because they knew fans was going to flood the streets. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be nuts this weekend at MSG.
Expect delays getting home, however you get home.
Yeah, expect delays for real.
The subway might be the fastest route home.
Word up. It's gonna be nuts in the city this weekend. It's gonna be crazy. You know, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna get up out of here for the night. Please make sure that you reserve your lounge tickets, ladies and gentlemen. Reserve your lounge tickets. I gave you the spiel a bunch of times. The link is in the chat. The link is in the description of the video. We'd love to see you there at the game. All right. You know, and I'll be on, you know, throughout the week, just breaking down this game, looking at the series, you know, trying to see where can the Knicks get the best edge against Philadelphia. You know, Tony, any last words before we get up out of here?
Let's go Knicks. I won't make it if you do the watch along for game 1. I'll be there in spirit though. And hopefully we get the lounge, and that's what I'm looking forward to. You know what I mean? Hopefully we get it. But yeah, Knicks in 5. It'd be nice to go to game 5, close them out. See us close them out. That'd be nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But other than that, man, that's it. Let's go Knicks.
No doubt.
We here.
Ladies and gentlemen,
back.
We up out of here. Be peaceful. Catch you next time. 1.
This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench.